Hey, want to say welcome to another episode of Good Vibes Television. Again, we're in a new space. We're in a whole new space now, and we're just experimenting as much as we can all over, this kind of stuff. Want to give another shout out to Digital Empath for hosting us again. Shout out to Leon. To the right of me, the beautiful Savvy. My bad. No, I'm just Savvy, how you been?
First, I'm taking my encore.
There you go.
Yes. So, how you doing? I'm doing fine.
Pretty good. It's been a busy week. It's we're back to school and all that stuff. It's been crazy, hectic. My wife owns that dollar store, and they've been doing the uniforms and stuff, and it's been crazy. So I hardly even see her every now and again. We got to do quick chuck and then roll. That's about it. So.
Wow. So y'all got children that go to school? Cause I don't have no children that go to school anymore.
Just show off. But anyway.
So look, you was talking about your wife's store.
Yeah.
And you said it was a dollar store.
Yeah. It's like hashtag a dollar store. But
okay. Because I know I went in there and I ain't buying nothing or found nothing for a dollar.
I don't even think dollar stores exist no more.
Yeah, I don't think so neither.
You probably get like fingernails or toenails for $1. I don't know what you get for $1.
Nah.
Lead press on nails, them like $2.99.
I don't know. They a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that's designer now, so they pay a little bit more money for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the store talking about the store, and I was getting some stuff, and your son didn't look too happy. It was a week before school. He looked like
which one was this? Was this the bigger one?
Yeah, the bigger one. He just looked like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. He just got that look all the time.
No, because I heard your wife say something to him. I was like, oh, he must don't want to be here. Because she was like, say, what you doing over there? And I'm like, I'm just shopping. Look, I'm minding my business over here.
She's a great mom, great wife. Shout out to Pam.
She just had a birthday.
But she's a beast of a boss. So she always
mm-hmm.
tell, if you want to crash the friendship, come work for her.
Lord, no, I don't want to do that. But we are trying to get you on. If you're watching, Miss Pam, we're trying to make you our manager for Live Television.
Manager.
Yes, come on. Mm-hmm. Now, we've been trying to do that for some years now. Look,
I might have to put in some extra work for that.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do, sir. Put that work in.
Get my honey
because we need a manager for real.
Hims, holla at your boy.
I don't know what that means, but I guess holla at your boy. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
So other than that, what you do this weekend?
None much. I've been I started researching the volume 2 of my book. So
okay.
I've started going into like Google and all my little resources because I want to make sure I represent these islands when I write the book. For all those of you just coming on, I tried my hand at writing a book. It's a little book of short stories called Visits to the Caribbean. It's basically little insights what you get for each Caribbean island you drop on into. So I couldn't represent all the islands in the first book, so I'm trying to finish up and give all the other islands their due. But it's going to take me a while because I do the research on it. I want to make sure I represent you guys correctly, all you Caribbean people out there. I'm going to get you eventually. But yeah, pretty much that's what I've been doing. Just some research and then regular work with the job.
Okay, so is you going to give people like the do's and don'ts when you get to these islands if we come visit, or it's just...
No, it's all kind of fictional. So I create these little fantasy stories. So when you go there, you get robbed and stuff.
You know what? Not robbed. Never mind. I don't want to go.
No, I created this. I try to make it so that the kids could read it, so that touch your heart a little bit. Some good summer read.
All right. So are you going to do a book tour, do a book promotion, bring the book in so we can see it?
I keep forgetting to bring the book in. I will bring it in. It's the crazy part is just I was jumping in the car just now and Amazon just dropped a copy off. So I could have brought that one in. But next time, I promise, next Monday I'll bring it in so you guys take a look at it real fast, see how it looks.
So is it digital, if you can read?
Yes, it's also on Kindle.
Okay.
And I'm Barnes & Nobles. I have to mess around with that Barnes & Noble platform and make sure I got the version that I want in there because you got to upload it, and so each platform has different specs that they try to do that you got to have it in this format and that format and this way, and thank God they got a lot of templates and stuff, so it takes a while for me to get it set up correctly because each one is different. Even for like Apple, it's also on Apple Pages, not in Pages where I wrote it. Apple Books, yeah. If you go on Apple Books, it's also on there.
Apple got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Apple got their own little book library. You can pop on there.
That's good.
Check
That's
it out.
good. So, as y'all know, y'all just see the two of us here today, just me and this guy over here. So we just want to send a shout out to RL. So for everybody that tunes in just to see RL, he's going to be out for a while.
Yep.
But drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. We got somebody in that's going to fill his space, and he's going to do a good job. Let's turn it over to Mr. LA in the building. He's in the house. Say hi to everybody, LA.
Oh, yeah. I'm back with another mother. Hey, guys. How's it going? Everybody
Pretty good, man.
So how's it going?
We got royalty in the building.
Hey, listen. This is a nice spot. It's all Hey, I almost went to sleep in here. That's how cozy it is.
Okay,
Right.
please don't go sleep on air.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do
sorry.
that. Don't.
Yeah.
Little sleepy.
Okay.
But you know.
All right, so welcome to the team. Welcome to the team.
Thank you. Gracefully. I
You
appreciate
got some big
guys.
shoes to fill, sir. You think you can handle that?
I hope so. I don't want to disappoint anyone, so I hope I do the job right. Shouts out to my guy RL,
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope I hold it down enough for you, partner. Hope you watching.
Yeah.
So if anybody got any comments, I can't see them on the screen.
Right.
So if y'all want to say something to RL, hopefully I'm looking at it and
just
he's
drop it in the
listening.
comments.
So just drop it in the comments so he can see it later on. Wish him some love. Show him some love out there. So anyway.
Yeah.
So what you do this weekend, Mr. LA?
Every day for me is an adventure.
Adventure?
An adventure.
Okay.
So,
You must live in
thankfully,
Baltimore.
yes, thankfully, we've made it through this week.
Okay.
Always work as usual. Just looking to strive to be better, the best that I can be while on this earth until God calls us home,
All right. Well, we hope there's no time soon.
Hey, but
Exactly.
that's definitely a part of life.
It's time.
You
Hey,
know,
when it's time to go,
Yeah.
shut your eye.
we're talking about leaving the earth. We just had a new baby here that was born into the world. Let's give shout out to Chris Sean. She just had a little baby boy.
Yeah.
Yes. Did y'all read that?
I saw that
Yeah.
on IG.
I saw it on IG myself.
She streamed it for the whole world to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was Blue?
Well, they said he was partying with his other baby mamas.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shots.
Yeah,
shots.
if I know a lot of people probably see it if y'all on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever y'all view and stream stuff from. But his mama got on there and
Yeah.
defended him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it didn't even make any sense what she was talking about. It was like, lady, like, what are you speaking about? Like,
She's just trying to find a way to
Yep.
defend her son, regardless of how much sense or how
Right.
much it doesn't make sense. That's what a mama does, so I can't be mad at the mama.
Right.
Mama,
well, I feel like this. I don't have sons, but I have daughters. And my thing is, sometimes it's best not to say anything. That's
Yeah.
between, your son is grown. He's a grown man.
I agree with that, but thinking out of the box, you got a lot of people that say, regardless how
Right.
old that my child is,
Right.
that's still my baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get that.
And
But
then,
see,
but then you also got the mothers that be like, do not embarrass me in front of my church friends.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, when those type of people that say that, their child has already been wild.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
But I think like the life that they, the lifestyle they live in, sometimes it's best not to say anything because you can
Right.
make things worse. Like I'm the type of person when I get on social media, when I see stuff, I stay away from the comments a lot. But sometimes I'm like, I want to see what people say. Cause I'm like, I just want to.
with her,
Yeah, with the mother. So
I just think she don't give a fuck. Like it's just.
So I was reading the comments and I was just like, yeah, people was going after her. And that's why I was like, sometimes it's best not to say anything. I mean, their whole relationship was in public eye.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the thing about it is what she was saying was basically like, well, he's not gonna mess up his other relationship to be with her while she was
But see, and here's the thing with that.
Yeah,
Because I just
speak on
saw
it.
something on the reality TV show that they supposedly still have that they were getting back together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. With these
Right.
two, like,
you don't know.
It's a toxic.
I'm like, I get it, publicity, you get more views, but it's just like, dog, have some type of direction, because with this situation, they're all over, and
All
it's just
over
like,
the place. All
all
over
right,
the place.
it's not even to the point where it's like messy where you want to keep watching. You're like, all right, man, they was cool yesterday, and then they beefing today again.
Right.
It's like, okay, y'all got to come up with some different material, like
is she gonna lose another tooth?
yeah,
You know,
and
I know
that's the thing with the two, like what happened with that?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really into them until like all the shenanigans started going on.
Right.
So when I would ask people, they couldn't give me a reason, like a clear reason. All I know, I really started watching her, to be honest, is when she started wearing the tooth with his face on it.
Yeah.
That's when I started like, what is this girl doing?
So I know what her, like, before she got with Mr. Face, she was attractive. You know, she had her.
She kind of still is.
No, she just got the tooth missing. You know, put the tooth back in.
No. It's not even saying with that. Like, it's just her look. Her whole feature has changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like she's more down, depressed. I don't want to say she's on drugs, because that's something we can't prove.
She do drink
yet.
a lot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, from what she looked like 5 years ago, now it's two different.
Right.
Because like, I think she was an athlete or something like that.
Yeah, real athletic. Yeah.
Yeah, like she was very attractive, and to see her now, it's just like, and then people be like, oh, you know, that's from being with this guy. We don't know that.
Well, you know, she went from, you know, basically running and working out to now it's a vibe all the time. So
yeah, you know what? And I don't, you know, I'm not feeling the music. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess our age limit.
Yeah. I mean, but no,
I love thing. They would jump into it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me jumping to it, but
you got to think about that.
Yeah, the age generation.
Because everything, all the music is now is for the club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, if you're not a person that's at a lounge, you ain't gonna really.
Right.
I mean, I know she has more music, but the vibe song, it's catchy. Like, you know, it's catchy.
But it wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah, it's not something I'm gonna put in my car.
It wouldn't be a fourth choice of mine. So
right.
But going back to being attractive, what was crazy was, so we were used to seeing her in the limelight and dressing in all the shows and stuff. But when I saw the Instagram post with her without the makeup and all that stuff, she's a pretty girl. She's not a bad looking girl. Without all the stuff on her face.
Maybe it's the tattoo. Like I said, compared from what she looked like before she got with this gentleman.
Yes.
But I don't want to point the blame on him, because we don't know what is going on behind closed doors.
And it could be just the lifestyle.
That too. You know, not enough sleep. You know, you're not eating right.
The partying, the drinking.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm like, dang, like. And then, of course, it puts it. She's from Baltimore. It's
right.
Damn, like, you making us look bad. Like,
right.
come on, man. We got enough over here.
Right.
Crime, drugs.
Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
You know what? Not Jada. Not Jada. Shout out to Jada.
Shout out to Jada.
Unshout out to Jada. Did my man Will like that? We're not gonna do that today.
But you know, I was watching the live, and somebody kind of slipped where she was having her baby at. So she's supposed to been having I'm gonna just say rumor at GBMC.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's no traffic. Everybody at the hospital.
Everybody at the hospital.
Right, wasn't no traffic this morning.
Yeah.
And speaking about that, this is crazy. Like I've been
all the female security guards got their hair done.
yeah.
Krishan, what was her name?
Krishan Rock.
Krishan Rock. Yeah.
Right.
Krishan, hey, look, listen here, girl. I'm all with you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, hold on, not to cut you off, but he was in Miami, Blueface partying,
Right.
before this happened, and I don't know exactly what the female name was, but she was very in defense for Krishan. He was just kept saying like,
Oh
girl,
yeah, I saw
he was
that.
like. He was like, your kitty cat is dry.
Oh,
it was just
dang.
like,
Yeah, he
every
rude.
time she say, I'm like, yo.
He rude.
I thought
He
it was.
rude.
I'm like, hey, but she kept going, like she didn't stop. Like,
But if you listen to it, she said nothing rude to him. He was more rude to her.
well, he didn't want to hear it, so
Yeah,
it's just
right,
like,
because it's like when you know you're wrong. I'm putting up air quotes because, like you said, we don't know the whole story. It's always two sides to the
Right.
story.
Yeah.
You know, you get like that. But he did say when she said, "Well, I love Krishan," you know, and he was like, "I love her too." You know,
Right.
he did say that. But then of course, you said she kept going on, which I was like, "Yeah." Sometimes you need to know how to stop.
yeah.
And it was getting on his nerves, so he, clapped back. But I just feel
When you
like,
poke the bear, what do you think the bear gonna do to you?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, of course you're gonna go at it, but I think like you gotta have more patience. Like that girl don't know their business. Only they know their business
Right.
and what they're going through. So, she posted that Krishan said that she didn't because everybody's wondering why he wasn't there, and she was like she didn't want him to be there. You know,
I'm sure that's something. If it was up to him, he would have been there.
Yeah.
But like you just said, she didn't want him to, so he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna make a issue out of this. When
and
you're
sometimes
ready."
he probably didn't
But
even know
that speaks volumes.
until the
That
time.
speaks volumes because she's in an insecure space
Right.
because of their relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, over the years with these two,
It's been a lot.
it's been a lot.
Yeah.
And
they
you
stuck
get
it out
fan-
and they stayed together through a lot of crazy shit.
I want to really know, can somebody answer this? Like, if somebody out there listening and can post something,
Right.
was they like really together, or was it just for TV
Media hype.
and the clout and all that? Like,
So
was they really together?
What's crazy? I got a homie of mine that's doing the Bad Boy South thing,
Okay.
and he was giving me some intake on it, and like a lot of this from what he was saying was scripted. Like,
Yeah.
they will put you with somebody,
Right.
and we'll go from there, and then your reactions off the script.
Gotcha.
So it was just like, I mean, I get it for the publicity and your name for sake, but it's just like certain things, like, to me, it's kind of corny.
Right.
Yeah.
When you look, the best reality TV show for me was Chrissy and Jim Jones, if anybody can recall.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I watched some of that.
Before they had the hip hop and all of
Yeah,
that. It was those two. They had the reality, and of course it was Flavor of Love and all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Entertaining.
yeah, that was. But now it's just like
Everything is
every
crazy.
5 minutes, it's like, come on, dog. You know that's not.
But it was
realistic.
a white man that said years ago, he was saying that reality TV was going to take over. And this is like when we had maybe one or two, like Big Brother and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And he said reality TV will take over, and he, I guess he already had the insight, because look at everything now. It's like a lot of reality TV.
I would say like reality TV now is like the new soap opera.
Yeah, pretty much.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
that's what
absolutely.
you're saying. The soap opera. So
Before that, we had what? The WWE?
well,
Yeah, I used to think that was real until I found
I think
out.
we all did, right?
ho, don't let a wrestler hear you say
I
that.
know, right?
I'm sorry, but
I'm telling you, you be through a table in this month. Hey, listen, they hate. Oh, it's
Look,
fake.
my
Stay right
bad.
here.
Is it like saying something bad about Beyonce? My bad.
no.
Don't come for me.
I'm just I mean, I'm just saying, for coming from two fans, that they heard you say that, they'd be like, "Oh, it's fake."
Listen, brother.
Yeah, trying to rock bottom you through the table.
Oh
Right.
Lord, I don't want no smoke. Shout outs to them. I don't want no smoke.
And no charges.
Right,
Right,
that's it.
right.
Speaking of that,
Right.
I got 50 Cent.
Oh, yeah.
50,
Oh, yeah.
50.
But
Yeah.
but
25
what
But
was
that's like the new thing now, throwing mics.
but yeah, because Cardi B just had the same. Well, she's
Exact-
getting off,
But her aim is better.
and it wasn't even for the fan. It was actually to the production crew because the mic was not working.
And that's
it-
on 50's
Yeah.
side of it, yes. But in Cardi's thing, the girl threw water and she threw the mic back in.
yeah.
But she stated that in the beginning of the throw water at me, and I was like, and my ears not listening.
Right,
She
Like,
did.
right,
She did.
right.
So and then it's like somebody threw water at you and you threw a mic.
And threw a
I'm like,
mic, right.
Too much to drink, or you forgot the verse of the song,
Right, or something. Yeah,
or
the
it's somebody you
distraction.
beefing with, and
Right.
yeah, like
It's the whole sound effect, though. Like, if you didn't see the video and you heard it, you had a splash and then you
I'm just
sir.
like,
you had a mic.
Internet.
and the young lady's head was cut pretty deep.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
it was.
right,
It was.
and
And
swole.
she was, so another camera angle I saw, she was apologetic the whole time.
Right.
When
Oh,
she
you
got
talking
hit
about
with Big Cardi,
Cardi,
when she
right.
got hit, she was apologetic the whole time. She was like, but with 50, he was supposedly throwing it at a production crew.
Yeah,
and-
because the mics wasn't working,
Yeah.
so it was just like,
But you must didn't know your aim.
yeah,
Like,
did it
But
take?
but
where
no,
was the production crew and then the
yeah,
people?
and the fan.
Yeah,
But-
like,
And out of all people, a young lady, like,
right. But taking it all the way back, though, to me, if you're that much of a professional, you shouldn't throw the mic.
right.
come on, we talking about 50 Cent, here.
I
and
understand, but
I'm not saying he's
I
not
would
professional, but
see that as a tantrum.
I think we gotten too comfortable
Right.
because 50 is now the face of a lot of things, but we
Mm-hmm.
still talking about a brother that is from the streets.
Right.
So
Right.
but I mean,
You
think
could
about
take
it. Production crew.
the
That's part
person
of,
out of the hood, but you can never take the hood out of the person.
Right.
I beg to differ.
I don't know because
Hey,
I mean,
that we could be sitting here discussing that, but I'm just saying, from what I've seen all my life, my 36 years on this earth, this is what I've seen. You dig?
Well,
Now,
excuse me.
you probably got a good 2%
right.
that might know how to act
Like
and
hypothetically.
elevate it, but
Hypothetically,
Well,
if I was a supervisor, hypothetically,
Hypothetically, yes.
and one of my people, did something stupid and I threw something at him, that would end well for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if I'm getting mics tossed.
Yeah.
this way, and you trying to hit me. Clearly, you trying to hit me in the head or the face.
I'd have fell the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right. So do y'all think that she's gonna be able to sue him and get money off of that?
Nah, I think he'll take.
He
My
probably-
opinion, he'll take care of that before he even hits the
before he even
courts.
gets to court. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
and
good,
he been,
good.
But
I mean, but you gotta remember, like,
and 50's been on some chill. He ain't really been on in any type of trouble.
that
Like,
we don't know of. You never.
nah, I'm with people going out these days. It's too much. People got phones and record everything that you do. 50's kind of been on his best behavior, so we gotta let
just
him
say
slide.
it was a bad day for
Yeah,
him.
you know,
it was a bad day.
probably-
It was a bad
His
day.
career been doing pretty good though. He's been doing pretty good with the
movies,
shows.
TV shows,
Yeah,
his
like,
music.
all
you
the
know,
new
I
show
didn't know-
seasons are coming out right now.
He hosted a show for, oh man, what is that lady name?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he did pretty good. He was a little rude, but he did pretty good on that.
Yeah, 50 gotta give a little humor. He won't be himself.
Yeah.
Right. So, anybody a big fan of 50 music though?
I have.
I
Since
did.
Jump
When
Street.
he came out,
Get Rich, Die Trying.
Yeah.
But before that,
At
you know,
first-
I smell. Is that you, Irv?
That
I
first
smell
album, I
pussy. Is that
actually-
you, Jack? Like his mixtapes before he had the album. So
Right.
So
50 been on some pretty good stuff. His stuff was pretty good.
and you
I
know,
went around calling a whole bunch of people wanks.
Get Rich.
Right, and
Exactly. But,
right.
but the thing about that is, everybody had Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like a Bible.
Yes.
That was in every. I don't care
People
what
who didn't
race
listen
you were.
to rap music,
Yeah.
and I'm saying that because my sister, shout out to Dr. Alicia Gayadine, but she's not a rap fan, and
Right.
she had the album.
Right.
What?
She bought the album. She
And that
was playing
album
shit
you
in the
can
car.
play
And I was like, what?
from the intro to the outro.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, she was. A
You ain't
50
got too
fan.
many albums you can do that.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Not
Nipsey
at all.
Hussle, you could.
Yeah,
The,
yes, definitely.
Victory
Well,
Lap.
let's talk about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm the only person in the world, but I didn't really know about Nipsey, and I heard his music, right, and I heard him on stuff,
Right.
but I really didn't pay no attention to him
Until
until he
after he
died.
died.
And I'm a piggyback off of that because I didn't either. But when I heard it, I'm like,
But
Like-
me being a
but
DJ, I was up on it a little bit. I
that-
knew some of them.
that was my
musicians and
ignorance
stuff.
because I'm still stuck in the 90s,
Right.
2000 era. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
Yep.
coming up, that was this music now is just like you hear it, you be like, huh, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it was like, damn, I felt real ignorant to hear about Nipsey the day of him dying. It's just like, okay. And then every day it was just like I was doing my research.
Right.
Then I listened to his music and it was just like, damn, like
Yeah.
he was the closest to, I would say, Tupac Shakur.
Well, I got to know him after me and Lauren broke up.
You're alone.
And what was crazy, so it was a young lady that I was working with, was real cool with Jay Claxton and
Right.
his manager, and they were cool with Nipsey.
Right.
So it was a lot of things that they would send me on the phone, like to promote.
Right.
And Nipsey had a this was before Nipsey was even big. Like, well, he's big over there in Cali, but
Got you.
and I'm like, I didn't even know who he was, so it was crazy. It was like, you know, on your end, your memories of Facebook and Instagram. His picture came. I'm like, yo, that's Nip. I'm like,
You been on there and you
feel,
didn't realize.
I'm like,
right?
I feel dumb as I don't know what. But what was crazy, I was able to go over there in LA, especially, you know, where he got murdered and
Right.
people from all over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world.
But that's crazy because it's like, I'm not gonna say his music wasn't popping. It's just that a lot of people just wasn't paying attention.
LA, he
Well,
is.
yeah,
is a-
so
And
you
he
know,
was-
well, that's because I'm gonna say this: East Coast is way different from the West Coast.
of
But
course it
he
is.
wasn't the
vibe
only
is
one.
different.
Remember that other guy? Was it Puff Smoke? Pop Smoke.
Pop
And that's
Smoke, yeah.
another person. Like I didn't.
And his stuff was bumping
Right.
after he passed.
Right. I was coming back from LA one time and my
Right.
daughter came to pick me up and she was playing his music. And I'm like, I like that. Who's that? She was like, Mom, that's the guy that just got
And
killed.
guess who was his
I'm like, oh my
mentor?
God.
Guess who
Right.
was his mentor?
Nipsey.
No,
Oh.
50 Cent.
I'm going to say Paul
There you go.
McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
That's my safe word.
Yeah,
If y'all know me and anybody that's watching this that know me, they know that's my safe word. Paul McCartney is everything.
Savvy in the middle of getting the booty shaped.
Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney. Paul
Yep. If I know the answer, it's Paul McCartney. You
Or
can't
Michael
fail.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Right, Paul McCartney.
Pineapples.
But yeah, like Pop Smoke, that was 50.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was another one that had great music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you, when Nipsey passed, like you said, I did that with him. And when I heard the music, I'm like, oh my God, like how did I miss this? And I started looking at his stuff and I was like, wow, watching his documentaries and things like that. I was like, some of us, we just leave this earth too soon.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
crazy because it
Way
was
too
just like, I felt really stupid when I found out who his lady was. It was
Right.
like Lauren London. I'm like, you know.
What you talking about, Nipsey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, and they had a baby. I'm like, do I live
Yeah.
under a rock? Like,
Obviously, you do.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
you know.
A boulder,
Yeah,
not
right,
just a rock,
right, right.
a boulder.
Because I'm sure everybody else probably like saying, like, well, where the hell were you at? Focusing on my own, you know,
Right.
not worried
right.
about what nobody else is doing, staying in my own lane. But yeah, I was like, damn, Lauren London, like the new is with Nip.
Yeah,
you
Nip.
know.
But I really feel it for some of these wives, man. Like I felt it for Lauren when he passed. I felt it for what's his name, Kobe Bryant, when his family.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these families. The wrestler, our JTG. I forgot.
Oh yeah, the one that drowned.
Yeah,
Shit, Bray Wyatt
saving
that
his
just
son.
passed.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I feel it for the families, man. It's crazy. It's like these families now gotta. And you can't forget them. You know, sometimes you go through stuff, and it's not that you want to forget your loved one, but you want a day where you don't have to think of them because it hurts so much. But as a celebrity, you've seen it all the time.
Yeah, because of the tabloids and fans, of course.
Like, so what is the one that, like, a celebrity that hits you real hard, like when they died? Because I'm gonna say, to be honest, I think Whitney was for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more shocking because it was just
right.
damn, like, and you know what, like
most of them I think is shocking.
But you know what? But see, think about it.
Right.
We didn't have these phones.
Gotcha.
So it was like a lot of that stuff was hitting away from us. Now you can't.
Right.
So it's like when you lose somebody, it's like you can see, because I'm gonna tell you something. With people's behavior, you can tell what they're going through.
But I
who
think
they hanging around,
yeah,
you know what I mean, things in that order. So you can, if you're not paying attention, I mean that's on you. But I'm just saying you can kind of see it. When Whitney died, you was just like what? Like she left Bobby, she had left the drugs alone,
right.
She was doing good, and then boom,
right,
it hit you.
Everybody was like, "Well, what happened?"
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people. It was Michael Jackson. My daughter, my youngest daughter,
he died a couple of days after my birthday.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
She didn't really like grow. Of course, she didn't grow up on Michael, but it was like when he died. Sorry, she was in like a state of shock, and I'm looking at her like, "Girl, I grew up on Michael.
Right.
I'm the one that had all the posters.
Right.
So we going out buying her posters and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, "Girl, you wasn't even born when this man." Sit down.
Nah,
but she really knows. She really loved Michael.
Everybody, like I remember that. Like I was working I just started working at Hopkins.
Yeah.
And like I remember working outside, and you can hear people playing music, like blasting Michael up and down the street. Like that was crazy. Yeah.
The mixtapes that summer was crazy.
Yeah. Definitely. Like Michael was definitely.
But I think the one that hit me the most was the Kobe Bryant, and I think it's not so much that he passed away or it was the how.
Yeah,
the
helicopter.
What was the last moments holding your daughter? Just
I think
before you knew you were gonna crash?
with the tragedy,
right?
I ain't gonna lie. Now when like okay with Michael, right? We still like from what they say. I don't believe that shit.
Right.
This man is worth that much money, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whitney, it's like more believable because we already knew her background, so it was like okay,
exactly.
But Kobe and people and Aaliyah.
I was gonna say, what about Aaliyah?
Right.
Aaliyah, that now don't get that messed me up because it was just like young girl.
But let's go back to Left Eye. Like the way she died. You know.
Yep.
So it's always some stuff behind it.
Yeah,
you know, they always saying
it's
something.
the tragedies that really hit you. The tragic ones that kind of hit you really in the gut.
Yeah. The plane crash, the helicopter, car accidents.
What's his name from Fast and the Furious?
Paul Walker.
Oh my God. Yeah. Paul
Shorty
Walker.
Low.
Yep.
Yeah.
People forgot about Shorty Low.
Yeah.
They know. They know. Hey, like he died in a car accident coming back from the strip club. He was ejected from his vehicle.
Ooh.
Yep. And died and broke his neck and died instantly.
And so crazy. It's the tragedy on how they pass. It's like, wait a minute, gone too soon. Because it's not one of them things where, okay, I was sick, I was on treatment. It was none of those things, like for example, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was shocking, but you understood what happened because of the veins depleted because of his drug use.
I'm still like with Bray Wyatt, that whole situation. It was just like
but that was partial because of what? COVID and heart attack.
Yeah, heart attack. Yeah,
COVID and heart attack. It took him out.
But like murder.
Yeah.
Car accidents.
So the other tragic one in the WWE was when what's his name?
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart fell off of that thing.
That was over the edge.
Yes.
I watched that.
Yeah.
And as a child, you talking about? I'm like, what the hit?
Because everybody thought it was part of the show.
It's the show, yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course we knew it was Owen, but we like, well, that is Owen Hart, right? Like, Like at that point now, you like, I'm hoping it's anybody else but Owen. But
Right.
you know, when Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler was like, it's not looking good. It was
Yes.
just like, ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
But again, WWE has that knack of pushing you to the edge.
Yeah, because you look at those guys as like superheroes. Like,
Yeah.
nothing really.
Happened to him, and a lot of times, there's a lot. Vince McMahon has the knack of pushing even the media to believe.
Yeah.
Remember the media was saying that he died and all that stuff.
Yeah,
The car bomb.
yeah.
That was part of the storyline
Yeah.
on the WWE.
Well, I don't know who y'all talking about, but I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the conversation between the two guys.
But going back to like I said, Nipsey,
yes.
that situation, like I
Yes.
said, with him being, and then of course him dying in his era.
Right.
So I think that's what affected the most because you
right
got,
on his come up.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got some like Pac and Biggie died in their era.
Yeah.
You know, of course Whitney is gonna be Whitney, but
Right.
Whitney was already like she was trying to come. I mean, she has catalog music,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But-
right.
when you're dying in your era, like you just reached the peak and seeing success, I think that's the worst way to go.
But the other sad part was her daughter.
Yeah,
His daughter passed away.
Yeah, passed the same.
Well,
Well, they say the same kind of way.
It was like I don't know if it was
but
the
see, with
trauma.
that, with her daughter, is
Right.
demons.
Yeah.
You seen all with your mom and see, it's so much. It's a level with onions with Whitney,
Right.
and Bobby Christina and Bobby Brown. They only going to expose but so much.
And,
Right.
and I've had this conversation with a lot of people. A lot of people is like, well, they should know that these drugs are wrong. But yeah, if you born into it and seeing your parents and them using this stuff,
You think that's the
how
lifestyle?
do you know it's wrong?
But
Because
you gotta,
grew up in this
but you
stuff.
got to think about it. Remember when everybody was saying Bobby was the cause of Whitney doing drugs,
Right,
and then
right.
that exclusive with Oprah,
Yes.
and it came out that mistake. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Whitney's older brother that introduced her to cocaine,
Right.
and she was on the verge ever since. And
Right.
come to find out, I in my eyes, maybe Bobby. Remember, he was selling it, but I don't think he was using it.
Right.
Probably about that time, but until he met her, so
Right.
she kind of introduced him to
I think she
doing
was the one
it.
introduced
right.
him to doing it. Yeah.
Right.
So, but
But of course he's going to get blamed because he was the bad guy.
Yeah. Right,
You know,
right.
the bad
still
boy
to
of the
this
group.
day,
Yeah. the
regardless
bad,
of how you change it,
right. So
Because Bobby always had that thing from since New Edition. He was the rebel.
Right. So talking about that, I was watching something the other day where they was asking, I can't remember which one. Well, basically when they were saying that Bobby left, and they was like, no, we kind of like, put him out there.
Right.
But then he was saying like how we should have really been there for our brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we was young
right.
and we was like, we thought it was best for the group, but it actually wasn't.
Well, that was the people in the industry that was
Yeah,
doing
that's
that
what he was
talk.
basing-
That was
basing-
making
yeah.
decisions for New Edition.
Yep.
But I mean, think about it. It's best for that to happen then instead of now.
Right.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And Bobby got some good music out of it
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
went solo.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah,
yeah.
you got some good. So BBD, Ralph Tresvant,
Yep.
Bobby Brown,
They did they thing.
Johnny Gill, like
Yep.
that.
Now, you know what I want to talk about Johnny Gill. He was like the odd factor in New Edition for me.
He was the fill-in for a part of it, and then became because before he was with New Edition, it's what's her name, Stacey
Lassall.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That was my girl.
Right.
I
They
love
was
her.
actually in a relationship.
Yeah.
and all that
If you
stuff.
out there,
They did
Stacey,
music
I love you.
together. Yep. They did music together.
Love you too, Savvy.
What was before? That was before the New Edition thing. That's what he was. He was.
Yeah, he was.
known
He
for
was.
that.
With the cowboy boots and
Yep.
the S
I
curl.
bumped one of his songs the other day. I mean, he's like an amazing singer.
Yeah.
He really is. But it was just like he did it. He made it work. But his voice to me was different because I was listening to New Edition since I
Yeah.
was young.
Right.
And
And that wasn't
heard
the New Edition voice.
Yeah,
Right.
when you
You're
heard
so
that
used
voice
to that.
from the baby
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
to the grown man
yeah.
voice, and then here he come. I was like,
So
oh,
how?
wow.
So let me ask you this question: when he came on, how do you feel like he took New Edition to another level?
I
or
don't
he-
think so.
Or he?
He just came in. That's to me. He didn't. To me, he did not. His voice is amazing. It fit in once I got used to it, but it wasn't like he made it any better. Because New Edition was New Edition.
I want to think to me his voice was the doorway for like Boys to Men. After him, all the other boy bands had a bass. They had the bass voice.
Right.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what
I mean, you want to go with. I would go before that.
Yeah.
the guy from the Temptation,
Yep,
Blue.
yep.
He was the bass. So
Yeah.
I feel like everybody after him, they was like, we had to have a beat. You know?
Right. So I think he might have.
Boys the Man, he don't count because he did. Baby, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To me, he was like the younger version of the Barry White.
Right.
And Barry White.
Yeah.
There was one guy I could not listen to his music. I don't know why.
What, Barry?
Yeah, I couldn't listen to Barry. Barry would not ever. I just couldn't get it mentally in my head. I'm like, this old man sound crazy. I cannot play this man.
Did you walk in on your parents doing stuff to Barry White music?
No.
Can't get it.
Please.
That would do it for me.
Please don't give me a trigger. I did walk up on my parents one time, but not to Barry.
That would do it for me. I'd be like, man,
Can't
fuck
get enough
Barry.
of your love, babe. Nah, but Barry got some hits.
I'm not saying that he don't.
But how could
I just couldn't. Just like some of the female, like Aretha Franklin, it took me to get older to really listen to their music and be like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And
that's
at
what
one
she was
time,
saying.
like Gladys Knights and then I was like,
I mean, it's certain
But now
songs I can
that
listen.
I'm older,
I
I'm
can-
like, okay.
I'm still not listening to Gladys Knight. And you know what? She's a sweetheart.
Don't
Yeah.
Maria, if you're watching that, don't kill him. She loves herself some Gladys.
No, I'm not taking nothing away. I'm sure she's very talented, but I'm
Right,
just
right.
saying is none of her music. I'm not gonna say none. It's maybe a song or two that I'm like, oh, all right. But I'm not like,
But you know, I think I feel the same way with Diana Ross. Like I knew a lot of
oh
her
my
stuff.
God, she's
but I knew-
annoying. You sweating? In your glasses, a little foggy.
Foggy.
No, funky out there.
It said
I
Gladys
thought it was
Knight.
paper at first.
I'm not used to not wearing a mask with the glasses.
Hey,
Oh,
listen, he said Diana Ross and your
sitting next
glasses
to
got
Savvy.
foggy.
Sitting next to Savvy, that's what happened.
You know,
Can't get enough of y'all.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Diana. Oh my God, I used to hear so many bad stories about that group, and they were saying like Beyonce was like the Diana Ross in the group by how they put the pretty girl out there, and and Diana's voice wasn't that strong like the rest of the group,
Right.
And they tried to say that to Beyonce, but I'm gonna be honest, Beyonce proved them
Beyonce
wrong when
can
she went
sing.
when she went solo. You can tell this girl she has an amazing voice.
Yeah.
Well,
But
She put a
Diana,
stank on it.
yeah, but Diana, listening to her stuff, her voice is always the same. She
Yeah.
can never hit like a really, really, really high pitch or anything like that. But I have heard, what was her name? Murray something or something Wilson in the group. I
Yeah.
had listened to the rest of them, and their voice was much stronger than Diana.
Yeah. Oh, that's just like what's Latoya Luckett. She was a strong member in Destiny's Child, but
Yeah.
and to me, I felt like her voice
Right.
was better. At that time, I'm not gonna say now, but her voice was better than Beyonce's.
Right.
You
right.
know,
Right.
But they always put the one that, so what they say, they always put the prettiest one out there because it's eye catching.
Yeah.
Do you think Beyonce's better looking than Kelly Rowland?
No.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I'm gonna be honest. I had told somebody I think Kelly sounds better.
Yes.
yeah.
I think.
I think Kelly sounds better. That's just my opinion. I always said that. Even
Well, depending on what song,
I was just gonna say
because they to me
they got different lanes.
they're
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say different lanes.
Yeah.
To me, they're neck and neck.
Right.
So as a matter of fact, I was listening to Emotions from their I think that was the Survivor album,
Right.
and it was just like Kelly was blowing,
Right.
and I'm like, damn, like I was young when that came out, so it was like you said, when you get older, you appreciate music a little bit more.
He said Kelly was blowing.
She was blowing. Oh yeah, pause. Whoa.
stop it. Out the gutter, sir. This is a family show.
Lord,
But
Kelly
no,
said
she was
GVTV.
as you would say, she was singing.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
sang.
She
Singing.
put some stank on it.
You said, back when I was growing, you said you got people that sing and you got
Right.
people that sang,
Sang,
and she
yeah.
was singing. So it was just like,
Sang.
and at that one track, she kind of outdid Beyonce.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I'm like, is it possible?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're gonna say Beyonce's the front runner now. Look at her.
Right.
She has the music.
Amazing work ethic.
She has catalog music even when she leaves. Like
Right,
they're gonna
right.
be doing her like they're
Right.
doing Whitney right now.
But
Right.
you go to a Beyonce concert and you notice that the concert she didn't just come out and sing. She put work in that.
Yeah.
She worked it.
Because she's a perfectionist. That's
Yeah.
what
A
she's
lot of
perfect.
work into that.
But you know who reminds me of that? Janet Jackson.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
like Janet is kind of in a way she's still fighting. Janet hasn't like literally passed the torch,
Right.
but that's what I get when I see Beyonce.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
just-
to Mike McCoy. We know you listening and you watching. We talk about
Janet
Jackson.
Yes.
We know
Miss
that's your girl.
Jackson, if you're nasty.
All right. I saw Mikey. No, let me stop. Mike, before I get killed at work.
Yep.
At a Janet Jackson concert one year.
He be getting it.
Yeah.
We went out to vote, and somebody drove by and was playing Janet Jackson music, and I'm talking to Mike, and I look over, and he.
You know what?
You getting
Such a
that?
goofball.
I'm like, I don't even know this dude. It's like,
Go
hey,
ahead, Mike. Do your
everybody
thing.
turned around watching him. He was doing the White Sox, everything. I was like, oh my Lord.
It's crazy. I was just listening to her music as well. And
You want him to go,
Oh,
boy?
Janet.
Put on
Janet,
some Michael
G.
Jackson.
Well,
on some Jackson music.
I love Janet, and I've ever I know that Beyonce put on an amazing concert,
Right.
but I always would spend my money to see Janet.
Janet, exactly.
But if we talking about lyrics, vocals, Beyonce got
Yeah,
it. hands
Beyonce
down.
got it.
But no, and,
She got range.
And you
Yeah.
know what? Even with her performance, like, because that's just like, okay, with Michael,
Right.
you know, it's not too many people that can do what Michael can do.
Right.
But y'all saying right, that's false. Chris Brown. If people don't really look at
No, Chris Brown can dance.
Yeah.
Chris Brown can dance, and
And-
he can sing,
Right,
and
he can
he can
sing.
rap. He can give you three
Yeah,
different. He
yeah,
can give you
yeah,
that
he can.
hip hop hood.
Right.
Right.
He can give. He's a diverse.
Yeah.
Like,
but he
it's not-
just, I don't know. He just haven't. For me, he just haven't gotten there
you know why?
as yet.
Because when Chris Brown came out, he was what, 13?
Young, he was real young, yeah.
And at that time, you was, mature by then. So his era, I wouldn't even say, like, he's still in his era, I would say.
But no, I did listen, and I still do listen to his music, even when he was young.
Because, I mean, that's the only one. Everybody be like, well, Usher compared to Mike. And it's like, no.
My daughter would say Usher all day.
Nah, I don't.
She say Usher all day. But I like when Usher and Chris did that song together.
Yeah,
It was
because you know
awesome.
why? Everybody was trying to make it a secret competition, like a secret beef with them two. And I was just like, I could never see that. But to compare to Mike, the closest would be Chris. I mean, you think about music-wise. Chris has music for everybody, not just one.
That's true.
Not one genre. Like,
Right,
I ain't gonna lie. I went to a Chris Brown show. Chris Brown brought out everybody.
And he's
The
entertaining.
little,
Yes.
yeah, the little girls,
Yep.
the teens, the young adults. I saw a lady in her wheelchair.
Wheeling
I
up
was
to the
like,
stage.
what? I said, oh, this is what Breezy do when he come out. Like,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like, yo, when you got that, yeah, you're
He's an entertainer.
a different breed.
Yeah.
You're a different
Yeah.
breed.
I like
you
to go
cut
to a
different.
concert when you entertain. You know,
Yes.
because I went to concerts and I'm just like, I be just standing there. After a couple of songs, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well,
And,
you know
and,
what?
And if I don't want to go to the shop or the bar or nothing like that because I don't want to miss nothing, you're entertaining.
Right.
You know who was one badass entertainer? Sorry to say, I know they gonna hate me out there, but sorry, R. Kelly. R. Kelly can do a show by himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Despite what he got going
As long as
on. And his
Well, he don't got nothing going
personal-
on right now.
Yeah,
long as he-
we don't even know
yeah.
that. You know, he might be selling out jail
I
sales
mean-
concerts in jail.
as long as
Right.
he
You
wasn't
know
throwing Mike.
Hey, listen, he's singing somewhere.
He wasn't.
Somebody-
He wasn't throwing Mike. He was peeing off the edge of the stage.
Hey, listen.
No.
Somebody, hey, they be like, Kales, kick something.
I know. He in the
You
shower
know?
right now.
You know what? But no, talking about R. Kelly, he is an amazing performer, and he's an amazing songwriter
Yeah.
and singer.
Right. Because
So he
The songs that I heard that he wrote, I'm like, damn. Like,
yeah,
Yes.
So you know, I mean, despite everything that's going on with him right now, you gotta give him his shout out. You gotta give him his praise.
You gotta give him
I was at a
roses.
point. I was at that point. I don't
Respect.
care what sex tape you do or who you pee on. The man
At
can sing.
99.99.99, somebody got a sex tape out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why you look at me? I ain't got no sex
Oh.
tape.
I don't know.
Yet.
You gotta watch.
Hey,
you gotta
hey,
watch them
man.
quiet
Oh,
ones. You
yeah. Yes,
gotta
sir.
watch them quiet ones now.
Me and Pam gonna be opening the OnlyFans.
What's it gonna be called? Trini Pam.
Yeah.
Trini Pam.
My kids probably right now going, what the hell?
Right. Ma.
Traumatized.
Ma.
They gonna wait till you come. Like, I know. They're like, hold up, Daddy. That wasn't true. With Savvy said, right?
What? The OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I didn't say he said that. I just gave it a
Lord.
name.
Oh yeah.
No, he gave it.
You
he
sleeping
said-
on the couch tonight?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so we was gonna talk about something else you wanted to talk about tonight.
Oh yeah. So what's crazy? that shooting that happened here in our backyards, right here in Baltimore City.
You talking about the mass one with the whole block party?
No. The shooting that happened at Dunbar Field.
Yes.
This past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I didn't get much info on that one. I heard about it, but
So what happened was it was a 12-year-old that was shot.
Yes.
They
Right,
were
I heard
shooting
that
at.
part,
It was crazy because I had rode past there. Like I seen everybody lined up,
right.
to get into and just to see like on the 10 o'clock news, breaking news, a shooting at Dunbar Field. I'm like,
Dang.
what in the fuck?
So what they was having a game?
Yeah, it was a football game Dunbar was having, and
So now our children can't even go to football games and stuff like that.
I mean,
And what time of day was it? I think it was
this
early.
was like evening
Early
time.
afternoon,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
No, this is evening. This is
Okay.
about 5, 6,
But it's
and the
still-
game wasn't. They
It's
need to.
summertime. It's bright as hell out.
If mistake me if I'm wrong, anybody out there in social media world, I think they wasn't even like into the game yet. Like they probably was still in the first half.
Damn.
And you heard the shootings. Like that's what I said. Like with social media, you don't really miss anything.
Right.
So people were recording, and you can hear the shots. Pow, 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 pow.
It just make you want to. Why? I mean, it's.
And it was crazy because
it's a kids game or a sporting event.
Right.
Families are there. Wow.
well, the security guard said he saw the suspect that did all the firing,
Right.
and and the security guard, he was armed as well. So
Right.
it was just like,
He didn't.
Did you not want to shoot him?
Right.
Right.
He didn't do
Right.
nothing. Like,
And that's the question that I have for people. It's just like,
A lot of people second guess themselves when they carry firearms.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Say, should I shoot?
I want to go home.
Yes, exactly.
I want to live.
I want to go home safely.
I mean, if you're gonna be hesitant to have a weapon and not shoot,
Exactly.
you're just as dangerous.
Exactly.
Because guess what? Somebody can hit you in the head and take your weapon from you. Then what?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So you're gonna be the problem to society
a lot of
now.
folks second guess themselves.
Yeah, you're gonna be a problem to society.
Well, if you get a job that you have to carry a firearm, you shouldn't second guess yourself.
Exactly.
You're
Shit,
right.
they second guess themselves.
Yeah. So
I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
if you're an everyday person,
You gotta
and
think
turn
about
right,
it. People now don't really look at the job
Right.
duties. They
No.
like
Right.
they
The
all
money.
they see is there you go,
money.
the check. Oh, it's overtime. I'm not.
Right.
One thing.
Look, when I was police, I know the group that was around me. I knew who would squeeze off and who wasn't gonna squeeze.
And sometimes squeezing like
Yeah.
that to
I
me
know.
that because it's like,
Right.
hold up, you'll shoot at anything and you won't pull out at all.
Oh, right.
What the fuck am I in the middle
Exactly.
of?
Right,
Exactly.
Like that's why I tell them, like, man, I don't trust nobody else but myself, my
Exactly,
reaction. Because
exactly.
like I said, like the training that you get in the proper information, and it's like you always want to stay on top of your shit because number one, laws changes.
Right.
I I knew somebody that shooting that happened on Washington Boulevard
Yeah.
got shot in the head.
Right.
Now she's saying, oh, he was threatening her. You know, like I tell people, like, try not to put yourself in these situations.
Right.
Because, like, I mean, don't just get a gun and be ignorant.
Exactly. It's like crazy.
Don't get a weapon. Don't get a weapon and be ignorant.
Or they get one just for the sake of having a gun.
Listen,
I want a gun. It's not gonna be safe out here.
Yeah,
In
but
the streets.
and then on top of that too, like you pull it out, you better make sure you know what the fuck you doing.
Hey.
It's called innocent bystanders, and you can be sued for that.
Gotta get your pull-out game right.
Oh, that no.
Yeah. Again.
We're talking about pulling out guns.
Yeah.
Pulling out the guns, not.
Wait a minute. Did you see how Savvy just did that? She said, "Pull out the gun." Wow, wow.
The Wild
West.
West.
Wow, I actually saw it spin before it comes.
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm like,
You know, you got the holsters.
Hey, listen.
That's how you know I watched a lot of
Western movies."
Right. You know, you got the
She
holsters.
said,
and-
"Wait, you should have seen her host." She was like this. Yeah.
For our young folks out there, if
Yeah.
you want to know who John Wayne is,
Yeah.
Oh, let's not talk about John
link
Wayne.
up with
He was
Savvy.
a racist.
She'll tell you who John
He was a
Wayne
racist?
was.
He was a racist.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but going back to that, like I think that's sad because it's like you cannot go out and enjoy.
Nothing these
nothing
days.
these days,
Like
man.
I'm telling you,
Not only that, as a parent now, as a parent, I'm worried when my kids go down the street. My kids go to tell me, "Hey, Dad, I'm running down to Dollar General real quick, which is a block from
Right.
down on Bel Air Road." They walk out, and then I swear, I'm sitting in the house like, "Okay, you gotta be calm, trust in God."
that's-
Because I'm in the
to be
house
honest.
like, "Yo, okay," and I'm watching my little camera thing, outside camera, to see when they coming back up the street.
And it's like, okay,
go
15
sit
minutes
on the
been
porch.
passed. What the hell are y'all doing?
Right. I'm on the damn Find My on iPhone looking. Okay, they're across the street. They moving. Okay.
Right.
Tracking them.
And what else they were saying, because a lot of the crimes is young kids. Like,
And people call me. People might say I'm paranoid.
It's called being aware.
Right. I don't want to bury one of my kids. I don't know what I've seen. People, and my heart goes out to a lot of these families that we see a lot on the job.
Babies are killing babies,
yes, man, and
babies are killing adults.
Part of my prayer every day is that I'm great. Thank you, God, for keeping me and my family safe.
Right.
You know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
So
I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't know how I would react. How some of these parents get through stuff and this stuff.
Me neither.
Well, I'm not saying I have all the answers. But
right.
When 9 times out of 10,
right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You got parents that work a lot because you might live in a nice house,
right.
Or you might have brought a nice house. So now you want to pay the shit off in time. Yes, so it's like, look, so I am trusting my child to stay home by themselves while I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, it's the littlest things that can happen.
Yes.
Now, back.
Well, I'm gonna say this. What they call it, latchkey. I was a latchkey kid. Like my parents worked when I came home from school. Well, let me not say my parents. My mother didn't work a lot, but when she did work, we had to come home and my grandmother, when I lived with my grandmother, same thing. So, I'm not gonna say it's a big difference, but we still had 2 parents that was working, and we had to come home and do what we had to do, and we still didn't, we got in trouble, but not like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? The TV kind of raised us as well. So it's just a different generation, and the children are
this generation don't give a fuck.
Right. It's a different generation, and
because and this is why. It was funny. I was watching the news, and this political party is a goddamn headache. Because you create these laws for child abuse,
right?
But then you want these laws to, when these babies that we claim that's being abused at home kill someone, then you want to. Which one is it? You can't have both.
Right.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
So it's just like, which one is it? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like Baltimore don't have enough foundation for these kids to be great.
No,
I got you.
Compared to when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's gotten worse because you have social media now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't want to go outside. They're easily influenced.
Video games. Don't forget the video games.
Yeah, they're easily influenced.
Mm-hmm.
And then as parents, parents are so hypocritical. And I'm gonna say this. They'll be quick to say something about another person's child and want to chastise somebody else's, but when it comes to yours, you want to be lenient.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's like, come on, what type of sense does that make?
Exactly.
I think that as a mother of 3, and I have 3 girls, I think that a lot of times people want to be their children's parents want to be their children's friends when they're young. Now, when they become adults, your relationship have to change. Yeah, you can't treat them like
Yeah, they're an adult now.
Right, but when they're children, you have to treat them like children. You have to keep them in that kind of place. Society, and like you said, the laws and stuff, now they make it so that the children not even scared of their parents. You know what I'm saying?
They not scared
you can't
of a
even
damn thing.
Please, my mother. I'm gonna be honest. My mother never really put her hands on us. Her voice would make us.
That's
scared.
it.
Or saying, "I'm gonna tell your dad when your father came home."
And it was
made us
crazy.
scared.
Even now, these kids are brilliant. They know how to play you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, if I can't get what I need to get out of you, I can go to grandma, uncle.
Somebody.
Like, they have that mindset.
Right.
Like the kids are just breeded different, and then of course they smart as hell. They hear what they're not supposed to. They see what they're not supposed to.
Because when I was young, and if my children was here, when adults are talking, you leave the room.
Yeah.
You know what?
You never had to say, oh, hold on, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew when that conversation, the beginning of that conversation,
right? You just
gone.
Stage left.
Yep.
Or if you might have forgot, you know what they do? They keep talking, but they give you this.
The look.
Yeah.
And go back into the conversation.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But these kids now, they like, well, what?
Yeah.
They be like, well, what?
Yeah.
My children already. But see, with me growing up, because I grew up in that type of atmosphere, it was just certain things in me that I wouldn't even do around my kids.
Right.
Like everybody that knows me, I like hip hop. When I would play hip hop in the car, I would get the clean versions, so they wouldn't hear that.
Damn,
like
so
I
you had a lot of CDs and cassette tapes just separate. I'm just saying if you.
Okay, you making a point. I thought you should talk about my age. Okay, no, I did.
See where mine went at?
Yeah, I did.
Talking about my age. No, because
I did. I would go to the library and get the clean version.
If you got the cassette, one side played the dirty version, and then the other one
my
2 Live Crew.
Yeah, no. But what I did was my children had library. We would go to the library every weekend and stuff like that. So when I found out that they had CDs in there, I would get the CDs from the library, and of course they were the clean versions.
Damn, for real? They had CDs in the library?
For our new generation of kids growing
You
up,
know,
the
I
library was
stole out a
building
lot of
that had
Targets and
books.
Walmarts.
Yeah, it was.
For the new generation of kids, it wasn't digital. We used to walk in the building.
Yeah.
It was books.
Right.
And we ain't even had no scooters. No, probably had a bike.
Right.
We didn't have
Like a
Uber.
library?
They probably
No.
had to call a cab. You know.
They walked into a library.
Yeah.
What they was books, the building. Yeah.
But
so,
no, all the damn. I remember what was best. It was Sam's Good. It was a CD store
was
that
Sam Goodies.
Sam
Yeah,
Goodies.
yeah,
Sam
Sam.
Goodies.
I stole out of there for some CDs. I can say that now because they ain't up. Circuit City.
We harboring a fugitive now.
Before Best Buy wasn't even out. Like
Right.
Best Buy had just came out. Like
But
it was a
yeah.
lot of places I stole CDs. I didn't. If I would have knew the library had it,
You was stole down there.
I'd have stole out of there. It would have made life so much easier. Like, bro.
And you'd have stolen it quietly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you had to be quiet in the library. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, that's what I did. I would always, and my children would tell you, like, I would never cuss around them. And when you know, y'all
And it's
know me.
crazy because you got what's funny right now, like you got kids that cuss and the parent be like, well, where the hell you get that from?
Did you just say right? Exactly.
Right.
But like, nigga, they just heard you say that shit maybe 5 or last week, and then like you're upset. Like, yo, I tell people like, when you think your kids are not paying attention, they're watching everything that you do. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not a saint. I might slip up.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo.
My mother's favorite line was like, "You lucky I don't cuss. You lucky I don't fucking cuss. I'd have cussed your ass out a long fucking time ago."
My mama talked to me like I was a whole, you know. So yeah, like it's just crazy. These kids just have.
Yeah, they're whole different. Their morals, their standards, the way they think is different.
And the crazy thing is, they don't even know what morals and principles are about.
No.
Because again, the social media society has it where the sky's the limit. Like you can whatever you want, you can have.
Right.
There, you ain't got to really. You got put a little bit of work in it, yeah. But it's just like you can have whatever you want, step on anyone you want to get what you need to go.
Yeah.
They have no sympathy for. You know, you see an old person walking across the street. Right, nah, they might hit him in the head. You know,
And that's another thing.
Right.
Like when we were growing up, if a older person came on the bus, we would get up. If a woman came on the bus with children, men would get up.
yeah.
Now it's like they look at the women like, I don't care, you stand there
and-
with a
and-
baby, you better
and
hold
how
on.
Shit,
I was
they cussing. Bitch, I told you I was gonna be. I'm like,
Right.
That's why I wanted the bus.
And how I was raised, it didn't even have to be an old person. As a guy, I was taught that if it's a female, whatever the age, you get up. And
Yeah,
and
they don't do
go have a
that.
seat.
There's no, you get on the subway. I remember.
they trying to hit the damn bus driver. Why are we putting everybody live at stake? Like,
Right.
they're like, yo, what in the hell? Is
Right.
When I was taking public transportation,
People have these young generation has no respect. Not all of them.
Shit,
but a
majority
lot
of them.
Right.
Yeah, that's
it's a
true.
lot.
No respect at all. For,
Northeast Market.
themselves.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of them don't even have respect in themselves.
Yeah, they don't even know how to spell respect.
Let's not go there. That's for another show.
Yeah, right. But go ahead, Sevy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, y'all just rude.
No, that's the truth, though.
No. But what I was saying was when
Right.
I was on the subway one time and this little girl was throwing spitballs. And I was sitting next to, they was high school kids, and I was sitting next to a guy and I was playing my game. And the young man said, "You're not hitting me, you hitting the lady, so you need to stop." And the young girl said, "I don't give a hell." So I just kind of put my phone down, I crossed my legs and I stared at her. And she kept throwing. And this old man that was sitting next to me, he grabbed me, he said, "Baby, don't. Not today," because he saw that I was about to whoop. I was about to give her what a mother don't give her.
Yeah.
But like it goes back to the respect. The young man was trying to tell her.
Fire out of it.
Yeah, I was.
And that's the
how I
thing.
was.
Like people be like, what? Like you can't tell someone how to react if you're not going to do anything or not.
Right.
They don't know the whole. Like I hate when people do that.
Right.
You shouldn't act like, well, that motherfucker should have been on their best behavior.
Right.
Don't
Exactly.
poke and push
Right.
and antagonize and aggravate
Right.
and then tell a person what not to do. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
Right.
And I'll tell you, like, you mind your fucking business, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, because I felt like once the young man told her, like, "You're hitting the lady, you're not hitting me," I thought she was gonna be.
She said, "Fuck you."
Right.
That's
so
what she
basically,
said.
I thought she was gonna be
Excuse
like,
my
"Oh,
language.
okay,
Right.
let me stop," but she kept throwing it. So when she said what she said, because I was into my game, and I put my game down, I was like, okay, I started staring at her.
Hey,
Like,
your leg was shaking?
Oh, yes.
Oh
yeah.
Leg shake.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's why the man had to touch me.
Put her
he
hair
did.
behind her
If
ears.
she would have, right. If she would have kept on, and I was in my work uniform too. I was coming home from work. I was going to tag. I was like, I'm about to give her what her mother don't give her.
Listen.
Let me put
She about
this,
to get it.
Let me put this hand in the bun real quick.
Yeah.
And then you know what else I say? Like people like really don't be there. So he saved you because a lot of these people like they be like they crazy. I'm like, nah, don't call them that.
Right.
Like and then people be like because and I'm gonna say why because it's like they don't know any better. But I always tell people I be like, yo, it was signs there where what we don't do as humans are aware.
Right.
And I think being though like doing law enforcement and being there for so long, like I pay attention to the body and I always tell some when you be like you ask me like you all right, you be like why? Because I be like facial expressions don't lie, and people don't realize like when you're. I'm like, yo, I'm looking right at you. So regardless of what you're saying, fuck what you're saying. I'm looking at you. I can see that something ain't right.
Right.
Exactly.
And you can say, oh, I'm okay. No, I'm looking right at you.
Right.
So it's just like, yo, they give signs all day, every day. So it's just like, pay attention.
Right.
You know that person ain't right. You call them like, but nah, mental health is really, really, really serious. Like, and I just think as humans we have to be aware of that. Seriously.
Right.
So we almost on our time.
Right.
Damn, it's 7:53. We need to get another hour.
I know, right? So I just want to shout out our coasters. Wait a minute, can you see them?
Hey, let me get one, man.
Give one GVT.
That camera right there.
Oh, right
Let me get one. Let me get one.
Yeah, right. So
Ouch! I hit my
if you
hand.
want one, hit us up. And we have merch, so we still got the t-shirts if y'all want the t-shirts. And if y'all want hats,
ain't
we can
giving
make
me
we can make the hats.
he
And we got the mugs.
Oh, there we go.
And we got the mugs. So, hit us up. Let's get our merch out there. GVTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what you got? What plans you got coming up? LA.
Oh man, this still trying to get in this acting world. Still trying to reach barriers and get to where I need to be. The independent world is lovely, but I'm coming for that bigger marketing. You know.
Have you ever even thought about like doing your own scripting?
Yeah, but it's so much I want to complete before I do anything for myself. Before I even want to get in production myself. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I think I shared this with y'all before when I was a special guest on GVTV.
Lord.
But yes, I have started to write like my life and I wanted to do like a series of it. Like and nothing like Power, but just my whole because a movie is not going to give enough.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like these what we call it, the biographies.
Right.
They don't give enough. Like it's like you got to take so much and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze.
Right.
But with a series, you can take your time and be detailed. So I have done that, and it's gonna be a lot of people mad at me, but I don't care because I'm. But the only thing is,
my story.
People won't know that.
Well, people will if you kind of like tell a story, and they'll be like, "Oh, that Negro talking about me."
No.
I'm gonna cut him deep.
No. Because I mean, they won't know now. You'll know unless you actually know you did that shit.
Exactly.
So that's the only way that you know. Right. Now, if they don't feel no type of way, then I'm like, well, I don't remember doing that shit. Well, you did it, motherfucker. Because I don't. One person that don't forget is me. You know,
always have somebody over there. That's not really how it happened.
But
that's
the thing is,
telling the story.
But I'm gonna be like, who's talking about you?
Right.
I didn't even use your name.
Right.
So if they come out, then you told on yourself.
Right.
You know, different characters, different names. So.
You got Savvy, how you?
Oh, y'all talking about me now? Okay.
Yo, you was going to sleep?
A little bit. I've been dealing with a migraine.
Right.
But I'm still doing the same stuff, just still helping my man out over here, Mr. LA.
She's about to say Lamont Elliot.
Yeah.
It's two different people when I'm doing radio.
Right,
it's LA.
It's LA. And, I'm still doing my fashion show, which is going to come in February, dropping my lingerie line. So I'm still working on that. I'm doing a couple of photo shoots right now for myself for content and things like that. So look out for that on my page. And just trying to do this GVTV thing. And once again, shout out to RL because we miss you, sir.
Yes, sir. And you all heard what's going on with me, in the beginning. I'm still rocking Trinity Spice FM, got the radio station, download the app. Jump on the podcast. If you can't see this show, if you didn't get a chance, we'll post all the stuff. Don't worry
Please
about
like
it.
and
But
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
And share.
Like and subscribe.
Feel free to donate.
Okay, and I also want to say, if y'all want to be on our podcast, please hit us up. We would love to promote you guys
Right.
or tell your story or whatever. So hit us up. Tell
Yeah.
your story.
Right. And so on behalf of Savvy, NLA, NRL, GVTV, we out.
Dang.